Welcome back to another Bolt tutorial. You may have seen our previous video about Google Stitch and how easy it is to use as a creative design partner to build out your prototype and then hand those designs off to your Bolt project. This gets the best of both worlds, using Stitch as your rapid design partner, and then you can bring that into Bolt and get the full functionality of Bolt with databases, user authentication, server functions, and a whole bunch more. This new partnership means that you can bring in your designs from Stitch into Bolt with the single click of a button. Let's dive in and see how it's done. Google Stitch is an incredibly fast prototyping tool that you can use to create designs. It uses a simple prompt input, and based on that, it'll create a design system at a variety of screens. Here's our initial prompt. Design an internal recruiting tool that has a sidebar with 3 pages. Open positions, list of roles showing title, department, hiring manager, etc. Candidates, a list of applicants showing name, etc. And interviews, calendar and list view, blah, blah, blah. Each role and candidate has a detail view with a comment thread and @mention, so the hiring team can collaborate on decisions, include an activity feed and notifications for updates, use a clean, modern SaaS aesthetic similar to Linear or Notion. Now we're going to choose Web, and we're also going to choose 3.1 Pro, their most powerful model, and let's build. Immediately, the agent starts building, and we can see all of its thinking here on the left. The first thing it's done is it's created a design system, and now it's going to use that to build out future screens. With this new update, you can see the agent building out each of the components step by step. Within about 2 minutes, it's finished creating these 3 designs for each of the core screens. Now I've noticed that the sidebar on the left of each of them isn't exactly universal, so let's prompt this fix. Here's our prompt. Now let's build this. That's rebuilding each of those pages. 2 out of the 3 pages now have matching sidebars. It didn't quite get the middle page right. To fix this, we can now go in and select on a specific element and click Edit with AI. Here's our prompt. Now let's build. Great, so we've made improvement here in Google Stitch. Now notice it's not exactly perfect just yet, but we can do the finishing touches when we're inside of Bolt. So now, here comes the magic of the partnership. I'm going to select these pages, head up to Export. Let's click Format for Bolt. With that selected, click Build with Bolt. This brings us into the Bolt homepage where it pre-fills out a prompt and adds the attachments. The model I've chosen is Max. I'm going to put this into plan mode and generate our plan. Our agent has created a plan. We'll answer the clarifying questions, turn it off plan mode, and let's build. The Bolt agent has completed its build, and now let's have a close look at what it's implemented. Notice it's done a few key crucial things. First of all, let's jump back into the Stitch project. If we look closely, we can notice that each of these sidebars are slightly different, and Stitch sometimes has an issue creating universal components to use amongst pages. Jumping back into Bolt, we can see that if we change between each of these pages, that the sidebar is not changing, implying it's using the exact same component for each of the pages. That's exactly what you want with a React app. Taking this one step further, if we look along the top here, in the Stitch pages, we can see that the top bar is a little bit different. We've got this heading here, we don't have it here. We've got a heading there, but we don't have it there, and a few other small details. As we change between each of these pages, you can see again that we have a unified view for these headings and a consistent top bar for each of the pages. The Bolt agent has determined that this top bar is a reusable component just like the sidebar and implemented it on all of the pages. Here's our prompt just to tweak a few little things. Let's build. Just like that, we've tweaked each of the pages so now that the top bar looks a little bit more consistent and has some breathing room. Now, an important caveat to note is that if we do decide to build out more pages here inside of Stitch, and then we click Export to Bolt, it will create a new Bolt project based on that page. So let's now have a look at the best way to bring a new page here in Stitch into your existing Bolt project. Here's our prompt in Stitch. Please create a profile settings page. Let's build. Now that we've built out this new settings page, we're going to select the page, click Export, copy code to clipboard, click copy, jump back into Bolt. Let's paste the code. We can see it appears as an attachment. Here's our prompt. Attached is the code for a new settings page. I like the structure and layout of this page. However, it should use existing components where possible, such as the sidebar and the top bar. And let's build. The build is finished, so let's click on settings. We can see the sidebar works, and here we have personal information, notification preferences, and security, just like we have here in Stitch. This workflow goes to show how easy it is to prototype different ideas within Stitch. Once you're happy with the UI, you can then bring that over over into Bolt and build out all of the back-end features that Bolt has, such as domains and hosting, analytics, database, authentication, server functions, and a whole bunch more. I really hope you found this video useful, and as always, thanks for watching. All the best with your Google Stitch to Bolt workflow.